Hello, you are watching TV9 News. I'm Amrita. Remember the Quad, the group of majorly four countries, India, US, Japan and Australia, that came together in 2020 and was in the middle of a flurry of activities, mostly to counter China's aggression in the Indo-Pacific region? Well, yes, that clique, as suddenly referred to by China, that group is set to meet on Friday. It's big news because since the last meeting, there have been some major changes, like the change in US presidency and the COVID-19 vaccine in the market. The Quad is more or less like a support system for India in the face of Chinese aggression and vice versa for other member countries. This meeting will tell where each country stands on the Indo-Pacific region, very important for India since we are the only member country now to share a border with China. So what to expect from Friday's Quad meeting? We spoke to former diplomats Vishnu, Prakash and Ashok Sajjanhar about their opinions on what is to come and what it means for India. Here is what they said.
Quad is positioning themselves as a crisis manager, as a peace builder.
Right.
And that is its USP. Remember, the genesis of Quad was 2004 when tsunami happened. And these all the four countries, without too much of coordination, got into the act, and provided assistance. That's where the idea germinated. So if the Quad countries can focus strongly on peace building, on security, on crisis management, I think they have found their niche.
The main burning question is whether Biden administration will be good or not so good for India and the Quad. Donald Trump and his government officials had nearly kicked up a storm last year with regards to China. So what will the difference mean now?
I think the first is the message that this meeting is going to send. When President Biden, even when he was a candidate Biden, he was contesting the elections, it was not very certain as to what is his approach going to be as far as China is concerned. Whether will he take a very strident approach as President Donald Trump had taken, or will he be more softer and more subtle, more nuanced, like what Barack Obama had done. And I think that also came to light when he was introducing his Secretary of Defense, General Lloyd Austin. And there he did not use the phrase Indo-Pacific. He used the phrase Asia-Pacific. So, people were somewhat doubtful as to what his approach was going to be. But then when he spoke to our Prime Minister, on the 7th of November, the results were announced. And I think both the leaders spoke with each other on the 17th of November, and they spoke about the Indo-Pacific. The readouts from both sides mentioned the Indo-Pacific. And also when after the inauguration of President Biden on 20th January, I think the two leaders spoke on the 8th of February. Again, there was mention of Indo-Pacific. So I think there has been a positive signaling coming out.
One of the unique issues on hand for Friday's meeting is COVID-19 vaccine. Reports suggest that financial agreements to fund some of the manufacturing of the vaccine in India may be an agenda.
If the other Quad countries which are interested in reaching out to the Committee of Nations can team up with India, the dollar that they want to spend will go much further, because India has the capability of producing quality vaccines at competitive prices. So I think it is something which will reflect well on everybody.
When it was set up in 2004, at that time it was known as the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue. Now it is known as the Quadrilateral Framework, which means that the countries involved, they realize and they recognize that the mandate, that the ambit, that the scope of Quad has to go beyond just security.
If vaccine is indeed a part of Quad, signaling an expansion of its utility from being just a military strategic cooperation, then there may also be a possibility for member expansion, a Quad Plus. UAE and France, with Quad countries, are set for a joint naval exercise in April. What are the odds for Quad member expansion there?
So I think here also, whether it is technology, whether it is artificial intelligence, whether it is 5G, whether it is connectivity, whether it is infrastructure, or it is maritime security, I think on all those issues, these four leaders are also going to discuss as to how to take this initiative forward. You would know that there are countries like France, countries like Germany, Netherlands. They have come up with their Indo-Pacific vision or Indo-Pacific initiative. So, how can Europe be also be involved and engaged in this conversation?
If you ask me, one country that has the credentials of joining Quad or Quad Plus today and will bring tremendous value to the process, that's France. France has every credentials. It has a huge stake in the Indo-Pacific region. By the way, they have the largest exclusive economic zone in the world in the Indo-Pacific region. It's a maritime power. It's a country which believes in human rights, believes in rule of law.
There are several other issues too which relates to the Quad and are more complex, from the cooperation of the ASEAN countries to emerging political crisis in the Southeast Asian region, hint Myanmar, which could sway the dynamics of the current scenario. If you are unaware of the purpose of Quad, the group was created in 2004 as a response to the Indian Ocean tsunami. Since then, it has grown, broken off, and reshaped itself quite a bit. Only last year, the Quad was brought back to life with the advent of the pandemic and the burgeoning Chinese aggression across the world, be it from the South China Sea, Indian border, its intrusion in Australian matters, or challenging the United States. The concern for the world is far greater than just conventional warfare with China. It needs to be seen what Friday's Quad meeting will bring and how it will shape the future. Thank you for watching this video. You can like, share and subscribe to TV9 News, and do not forget to leave your opinion in the comment section down below.